Thank you very much for joining us. It's the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight with I, Wadulomak Arnold and Elizabeth Nakakoni on sign language, and these are our headlines tonight.
Brought to you by
How to get points. Just use MTN to make calls, send SMS, load airtime, buy bundles, or pay for MTN subscription services.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
President Museveni urges all persons over 18 to turn up for vaccination. The Speaker of Parliament Olanya appeals for unity in Kamuli district. Kabale Diocese's Bishop annual appeal fund raises 200 million shillings. And 32 drivers, including Jas Mangat, have entered next weekend's Ginger Rally.
Was brought to you by Everywhere you go, MTN.
Thank you very much for joining us. We now give you the news in detail. Now, to start off, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged defense forces to embrace the concept of using combined arms while conducting any combat operations. President Museveni revealed this while officiating at the pass-out of 543 graduates who had successfully completed the Armored Crew Course Level 3 Intake 6 20th of the 2021 at Armored Warfare Training School in Karama, Mubende District. He said that a combination of tanks, artillery, infantry, air force and intelligence, among others, automatically wins any war. He gave the example of security CCTV cameras, which can be used to augment intelligence in uncovering crime. The president commended commanders for training the armored crew within Uganda, saying that the development saves money which would otherwise be spent abroad. The commander-in-chief was impressed by the infrastructural development at the school, which include a modern pavilion at Karama North, which is the viewpoint of armor equipment, tactical demonstrations, dormitories and lecture rooms. He said that this will enrich the current drive to build a more professional army. The president also warned all individuals and groups engaging in terrorist attacks in the country that they will be perished because the security forces are much stronger now and better technology like CCTV cameras are in place. In other news, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni also dismissed claims that Sheikh Mohammed Abbas Chirevu, one of the suspects gunned down by security due to his links to the recent bombings in Kampala, was an innocent person. He says that Chirevu, according to security briefs obtained, Chirevu is one of the persons behind the recent bomb attacks in and around Kampala. The president said that Uganda is in discussions with the Democratic Republic of Congo on how to defeat the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, hiding in eastern Congo bushes. These are the details with Aguta Philip.
Security agencies were on the spotlight from the public when they gunned down one Sheikh Mohammed Abbas Chirevu earlier this week, with many doubting his involvement in terrorism. But President Museveni has dismissed the claims by the public doubting Chirevu's involvement in terrorism.
I have heard some arguments about Sheikh Chirevu Mohammed, how he was a nice person, etc. I normally monitor closely these operations. There is no way the security operatives would have known about Chirevu Mohammed if he was not connected with the Katumba group, trying to assassinate him, with which led to the group in Padere during the burial of General Lokech, linked with the bombers of Komamboga, linked with the bus bomb, and the two recent bombs. All these are linked.
Museveni further revealed that 106 of the suspects linked to Allied Democratic Forces have been arrested and 12 of them killed in the process of arrest.
My advice to all of them, these still hiding here, in Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique, Congo, or South Africa to surrender and save themselves. Of course, they will be prosecuted, but if they do not come out, they will all die. In the meantime, the public should be vigilant.
President Museveni says that Uganda is in the discussions with the Democratic Republic of Congo on how to defeat the ADF.
So I'm sorry about the people who died, but Ugandans be assured we are coming to the end of this problem. Because why do I say this? Because we have got better information, better intelligence.
Philip Aguta, UBC News in Kampala.
President Museveni has revealed that Uganda now has enough COVID-19 doses that can vaccinate over 21 million people. He says the vaccines will soon be available in all health center 3s and hospitals across the country to ensure that all Ugandans above the age of 18 years and above get vaccinated. The president made this revelation while giving a national address on COVID-19, also along with the recent bomb attacks in Kampala.
Now that we have enough vaccines, the message is different. You have heard. I'm telling you that now that we have got enough vaccines, the message is different. It is all those above the age of 18 years, come forward and be vaccinated. All the health center 3s will be having the vaccines. I command the RDCs and the district medical officers in each district to use the local radios to guide the vaccination efforts in the respective catchment areas of each health center 3, i.e. in each sub-county. The team of RDC and the district medical officer is the one to guide on which dates the people of Semuto sub-county, for example, should go out to be vaccinated because they are sure the vaccines will be there. I don't want you to tell people to go to the health center to be vaccinated and then the vaccines are not there. If I get such a story, I will put you in jail. I will arrest you. The vaccines are there in the country, but we want to be sure that they are also at the sub-county. Yeah. What I'm saying is that the vaccines are in the country. They may be in Kampala, but not in Semuto or Ngoma or Bukwiri and Kyankwanzi.
Furthermore, the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, has appealed to residents of Busoga, or rather Basoga, to embrace unity and development. Oulanyah, who was in Kamuli at the invitation of the area Member of Parliament, Kayanga Baroda Watongola, said that there can never be development without unity.
The Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, has appealed to Basoga sub-region leaders to get united and engage in development. Oulanyah was in Kamuli to officiate a Thanksgiving ceremony for the area Member of Parliament, Kayanga Baroda Watongola.
I'm urging you to wake up permanently, people of Basoga. Open your eyes to new possibilities. Stop being stuck in the back. Let's move together. Let's change everything that requires to be changed. Let's give everybody an opportunity to breathe. Just breathing.
Oulanyah commended Kayanga Baroda Watongola for his efforts aimed at uniting the people of Kamuli that were split by the February elections and urged him to maintain the unity path.
I'm here to ask you to embrace the NRM. Are we together? Are we together? Can I see your hands? Can I see your hands? When I told them I was coming here, they asked me, will you be okay? When I said I'll be okay. Because I am indebted to the people of Kabuli, I am indebted to the people of Busoga for what they have done for me.
Olanya's predecessor, who is also the woman member of parliament, Kamuli District, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, and some of the top district leaders were conspicuously missing at a rather vibrant event.
I'm one of the royal guards. You're nothing. Where there are a lot of wrangles. Nonsense.
The minister without portfolio in the Prime Minister's office and former NRM Secretary General Kasule Lumumba also appealed for love and unity for progress in the district. She urged politicians to forget the past as they forge a way forward.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ifala isimusoga tulikwe mulugunya speaker nendo chikobere kino president wale ni minister we tulikwe mulugunya buli kintu kyaleta kiwera kamuli lero bamuwebwire bamuwe obululu butono kiba kyakubonera nti mu balance ngenga tuke kamuli bene mukalulu banigagana bagana kabiri Museveni bamusera kalulu mwenda kyabe kamuli mutukubire mungalo twabanunuire ne mugere.
Justin Lumumba, who hails from the neighboring Bujiri district, urged Kamuli district leaders to shun hatred, sabotage, unending conflicts, and focus on harmony and coexistence. The main celebrant, who is also the area member of parliament, Kayanga Baroda Watongola, committed to ensuring unity and harmonious coexistence among residents of Kamuli as never been before.
Sandi kwenda kuwasaba mtotanga tufunye omukisa tukukozese lwansonga atuwuliriza singa tatuwuliriza tiyandibwire wano. Right Honorable Speaker, bingi byenkoze mu kaseera katini era ekirago ekimu ekyo n'amateeti gano omugenzi yali agasuubiza era n'agagula tuli kujja mpolampola nga tugaba era agamu kugo ndigana amayaka ge tukaligaba nga nataako ekifaananyi ky'omugenzi n'ekyange okubalaga nti omugenzi naye asuubiza ate nze omwana nakola ki n'atuukiriza.
Former chairman Kamuli District Kategere Thomas appealed to the perpetrators of the recent bombings in the country to stop their heinous acts for stability to prevail.
Kimisa bubi bwe mpulira nga banaife batandise okufaanananga nga bawulira nti oba oli awo eri embeera eyinza okubaleetera okufiiringa out of place. Tutakemebwa nga gavumenti kuleetera abantu bandi kufaanana oti bali part of our general community. Kira kutuleetako obuzibu.
The top-notch event attracted a number of dignitaries, including cultural leaders, religious leaders, politicians, including members of Busoga Parliamentary Caucus.
The Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, has warned parents against lifestyles which cast the girl child in the background in preference of the boy child if the country is to achieve full women progress. Vice President Alupo said an educated girl child has the positive ripple effect on her family, her health, her community, and society as a whole. She made these remarks during the commissioning of a multi-million girls dormitory at Situmi Girls School in Namisindwa district.
Our occasion is complete. Choir members, please. Speaking at a ceremony characterized with praise to God where she was commissioning a multi-million dormitory in Situmi Girls Primary School in Namisindwa district in Bugisu sub-region yesterday, Vice President Jessica Alupo also said that girls should not be looked at as the source of wealth through bride price, adding that when educated, girls can be better and able leaders in the country. Alupo said marginalizing girls in the field of education is too risky, that such acts would lead to unbalanced socio-economic growth across the country. She also urged the young girls to stay in school and avoid early marriages if they are to have a bright future and become useful.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Muriena Bamasaba, Mulembe, and my uncles from Karamoja, Mata, Ngatuk, Ngidwe, Kisil. Alakaranoi. I would like to congratulate Situni Girls Primary School on acquiring that state-of-art dormitory, which has been the effort of all the girls and all the boys of Situni. It's a girls' school, but some girls' schools also have boys, OBs who are associated because they like to support. But spearheaded by the minister, Goretti Chitutu, I congratulate you on successfully mobilizing development partners to come and establish such a facility in a very traditional school like this one. I came with 10 million shillings as my contribution.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, allow me to be the first Mukishutal to shake your hand and welcome your family. What shall we do if the classes are filled? The question goes to the LC5, the leaders, school leaders, businessmen.
Etole Ed Akenjol, UBC News.
The Minister of Local Government, Raphael Magezi, has urged local government officials to walk the talk and eliminate corruption in their districts. Magezi says that the purpose of decentralizing services was meant to ensure that the public gets quality and efficient service delivery and end corruption. But however, corruption ends up affecting efficient service delivery always, as these details are going to share with us.
I want to hand over to
the Minister for Local Government, Raphael Magezi, has officiated the swearing-in ceremony of the Uganda Local Government Association's new executive at an event held at their Kampala office.
I, Tumwesije Didas Tavaro, solemnly swear that I shall...
He urged district leaders to work in unison for the good of the people they serve.
And I want to urge you to fight corruption as local governments. Unless we stand strong in this fight for integrity, in this fight for the resources of the people. The resources are land, the resources are money, the resources are the human beings, the resources are the time. Please guard well the resources under your custody and let your term of office be known as a term of transparency.
The Uganda Local Government Association President Richard Rwabuhinga expressed worry over the looming conflict between the local and central government over their mandate.
As time unfolded, local governments have witnessed critical and systematic challenges that have threatened to diminish the decentralization promise envisaged by the government of Uganda. As local governments, we feel that unless these are addressed, the provision of better service delivered to the public will remain meaningless. Local governments have witnessed the increasing hybrid procurement, the latest suggestion of dissolving district service commissions, district land boards, among others.
The outgoing Ulga President Joseph Lomonyang emphasized the need to be united and work as a team.
The issue of unity and cohesion among Ulga members remains key. As leaders, it's more critical than ever to work on speaking with one voice and devise methods of amicably handling conflicts between members and various organs. Remember when we were in Kabarole, Honorable Minister, this morning the Commissioner mentioned this. Some members were saying, we don't want the presidents who wants to work with the government. So let us get our president. Now the question is, which government will you work with?
Rwabuhinga and his executive was recently elected during a general annual meeting held in Kabarole District, Fort Portal City. Philip Aguta, UBC News in Kampala.
The Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, has commended the role played by religious leaders in developing the people through fighting poverty and ignorance. The minister was the guest of honor at Bishop of Kabale Diocese's annual appeal fund at Namugongo, Uganda Matter Shrine.
Every year, the Catholic community from Kabale Diocese, under the Kigezi Kampala Catholic Residents Association KKCRA, converges at Namugongo to praise the Lord and mobilize resources to develop their diocese.
kandi mukama yatugirira mbabazi my Lord Bishop kunagarukire hati ndasima Ruhanga nanye ndanyi no muzindaro nka Minister wa Finance.
And this year's project is dedicated to putting up a building, a structure in Rukunjiri town, which is going to house Centenary Bank, and is raising about 1 billion shillings to put up the structure. So he had visited the Christians who are resident in Kampala, Entebbe and Jinja, because we also constitute a parish under Kabale Diocese. And I have been coordinating this effort.
Kabale Diocese covers the region of Kigezi, that is Kisoro, Kabale, Rukiga, Rukunjiri, Kanungu and Rwanda districts. Over 200 million shillings has been realized from this Sunday's gathering. According to the organizers,
we have been able to collect 205,425,000, and that is only the contribution of the Catholics from Kabale Diocese residing in Kampala. That is the contribution of KKCRA towards the bishop's efforts to develop our diocese. Overall, the bishop's project requires around 1.5 billion.
The Bishop of Kabale Diocese, the Right Reverend Kalisti Baramira, led the Mass and urged the faithful to love Christ.
Ichitona akabali kutwegesa ngu akeija kugira ngu tugira amagara kandi amagara geijwire ngokutushoma muri Yohana mutugwi kumakanyirike 10. I came so that you may have life and life to the full, not half measures.
The Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, commended the Bishop for steering poverty alleviation projects in the diocese.
Abwo mulimo muhango gwo gukora mu diocese okuhereza abantu ekigambo kya Ruhanga kandi no kubaha programs ezo kubiha omubworo abantu bakabasa kutera entambo bakagenda omumeisho. My Lord Bishop ntwenda okusima.
He also encouraged them to help government in their vaccination drive that now targets all Ugandans above 18 years.
Abebembezi bekerezia bakwatanize n'aba government bagumize omuranga go kushoborera abantu ng'abantu beije bateze bikato lya corona.
Under the Bishop Annual Appeal Fund, Kabale Diocese has been able to set up income-generating projects that include buildings, among others. Bernard Higa, Namugongo.
Mbarara district is faced with three main insecurity problems that deserve immediate community stakeholders meetings for mitigation to create peace and harmony for sustainable development. This was disclosed by the resident district commissioner Mbarara Mbetejerize Godfrey while addressing sub-county and town council stakeholders meeting for Ramanyahembe and Bwizibwera Rutoma town councils at All Saints Church, Bwizibwera.
Mbarara Resident District Commissioner Godfrey Mbetejerize has visited and sensitized local leaders across the district on issues of security. This comes hot on the heels of a spate of thefts and attempt on people's lives in the region.
This is the last day of my district sub-county level stakeholders meeting. The aim of the theme of the meetings was to enlighten leadership of how to practice effective leadership amid service delivery and security of our people. Actually, two key words were service delivery and security of our people. My objective was to educate those people and remind them of what they are supposed to do as leaders. And the aim is to make sure that what I have taught them is put into action at a later stage. Or when they go back, they practice what they are supposed to do. Unfortunately, the aim and objective, I think, will be achieved because they have all concurred that there is a gap. Because the question at hand was, what went wrong? What can we do? So we found out that what went wrong is in duty negligence, being in charge, but people are not in charge.
Mbetejerize met stakeholders from 6 sub-counties and 5 town council leaders from village level to sub-county and town councils. Mbetejerize disclosed that the disturbing insecurity problems as domestic violence, land conflicts and theft of people's property and livestock.
Corruption of the individuals. People don't perform to the expectation because they are corrupt. They don't mind about time management. They don't serve people with the equity, and consequently problems have escalated. Actually, we have found out that there are 3 major problems in the community. The first problem being domestic violence, the second problem being land matters, and the third one is theft of property and livestock and what have you. But now that we are coming to the Christmas time and all events that have taken place in the district, we have come to conclude and agreed that if the rejuvenate meetings, village council meetings, village committee meetings, then they will act on those challenges and mitigate them.
The chairperson Bwizibwera Rutoma Town Council Patrick Himbisiwe Bigabwensi appreciated RDC Mbetejerize's initiative aimed at updating leaders on their roles.
So I think, to my understanding, everyone should play his or her role. When you have a team, if you want to score, the defender cannot go to score because there is a striker who is supposed to score.
He advised the public to always register contacts of local leaders and security personnel, including police, in case of a crime suspect.
Bududa residents call for a revision of the water tariffs and more supply to benefit more communities. The local tabled their concerns before the State Minister for Water and Environment, Aisha Sechindi, during her fact-finding field tour in the hard-to-reach district of Bududa. Government, through the Ministry of Water and Environment, has established a 24 billion shillings gravity water flow scheme to serve areas of Bududa that are water-stressed. Eastern Umbrella, a subsidiary agency of the Ministry of Water and Environment, is managing the distribution and connection of water to all communities. The State Minister for Water, Aisha Sechindi, was on a fact-finding mission of Nabwea project area to check on the project's functionality. The minister said that connections were ongoing for the supply and promised that the issue of limited supply will be addressed.
Allegations were saying, some people are giving us allegation that water is not there. The tanks are empty. We have found it that the tanks are, there is water flowing. So now the issue is we forge a way forward how to
have everybody have water.
Exactly. That come, let's work together and don't let us not incite the community, especially on the issue of paying the bills. They have to pay the bill.
Nakuti Peace, Bugoma Michael and other residents told the minister that this gravity water scheme is timely because people of Bududa have been walking long distances in the challenging terrain for water.
My word is help us. Those who have receipts, we help them. Those who have taps and they have no water, they help them. And then the supply up there, find a way of increasing the amount of water.
The area member of parliament, Isaac Modoy, says that given the COVID-19 prevalence and frequent mudslides in Bugisu sub-region, there is need for the Ministry of Water to support residents access safe water.
Now, we think that government must also consider those who are extremely poor to be assisted. They may not raise even the little money we're thinking about. So that's a special way of approaching it, but I hope to be handled.
The State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, who is also the Bududa Woman Member of Parliament, Agnes Nandutu, said she is optimistic that the concerns of the residents will be addressed.
Umbrella has explained we have gone to some of the homes, people are getting water. Those who are not getting in within 1 month or 2 months, they will get water. For me, I am happy that I presented this to Cabinet. The President directed and the Minister has come on ground. She has inspected and found there is water. She has also promised that in 1 month, 50 million has been earmarked to have pipes connected to people's homes. But to those who have applied, so I'm appealing to my people, if you want water, apply, they connect you, and they will give you water to your home and you drink. Instead of going down the mountain every morning, this will enable our children to go to school. Because as I speak, by the time a child goes down to fetch water for the home, it's already 10 o'clock.
The Principal Engineer, Ministry of Water, Engineer Stanley Watenga, who is also overseeing the construction of the scheme, explains some issues.
Right? So the water is enough. The sizes of the pipes are enough. The sizes of the tanks are enough to hold water for the population, which is 20 years ahead. The challenge now is just to have more of the pipe work so that we can extend further to people who have not been able to access the service. And as the Minister has explained, they have pledged resources towards that. So yes, we are going to ensure that more and more people get water.
Story compiled by Kenneth Tanawa. Residents of Naluvule Parish in Kapeka Sub-County in Nakaseke District have appealed to government to avail them with water points where they can access safe water for domestic use and livestock. Nakaseke District is located in the Kato corridor known for water scarcity.
Who has made a fortune out of providing milk to residents of this trading center. The Poverty Alleviation Department of State House provided her an in-calf heifer. She owns 3 cows on zero grazing, a banana plantation, a food stall, and carries out some tailoring.
Zizino, zikuze, zizade, katinywati amata. Nkama amata, lita munana, bulirunaku. Ntunda ko tano, lita bili, abana bange, banywa.
This program has benefited residents of Chikyusa and Naluvule parishes in Nakaseke district.
We are working under 5 pillars. Home improvement, food security. We have pillar number 3, income generating activities. We have value addition, and lastly, we have savings and credit.
The beneficiaries were first trained in agro and animal production before being given in-calf heifers, hybrid goats, pigs, chicken, and disease-resistant planting materials. They now own banana plantations from which they sell their produce to people in Matuga and Luwero.
Olusuku lwange luno lunyambye nno kubanga ze nganze nfunyemu mpeera abaana lulina musika sina kuba mu paadi abaana nga basoma muki masomo nga siga kisulo nekati basoma gasoma mu gaki ga kisulo era singa si covid singa bali waki singa bali waggulu nnyo
vira mu kitundu kye Matuga Mabanda katwade tusubula embalala kati we twazuula mbu Nakaseke ene erima amatooke nenzula ku mwami bayita Kamya Sarongo yatuyamba nnyo okuleeta emmere eno.
Efrance Mpima is a widow living in Mzingu village. She left Kampala after the death of her husband and then set up a shop.
kubanga ne covid omwana wange tataataganye emirimu era gwe nali kwasa
kola muno mu dduuka nga shopkeeper kuva covid we yatandika nera gwe mbadde nkola.
In Naluvule Parish, Kapeka sub-county, beneficiaries have set up enterprises in both crop and livestock, from which they earn a living.
Kiri under State House. Nekola survey nga bagenda babuuza wali etaaze ekigwe mu kyoyagala. Nze nganze okuva edda ebirowoozo byange byandi mu kulunda nte pozi n'embuzi.
Banana dealers have made a fortune from this enterprise in terms of poverty alleviation and food security.
Uza nange nentunda kalala kange.
Nime emmwanyi zange nima amatooke gange nentunda amatooke nentunda n'emmwanyi nentereka nengattagatta nenzimbamu akayumba kange ako.
We have prepared our farmers to embrace the parish model because already we have worked on them. They have some best already for
nze ng'omukulembeze w'erusi wano paadi programs yajja nazo ezo ze program ezaali zitulumira ddala ekyamazima olwali tetwejjusa lwaki paadi yajja kino naffe kituyambyeko nnyo okulenga n'endwadde zikendedde mu kyalo.
The Poverty Alleviation Project is President Museveni's initiative aimed at lifting the poor and the vulnerable out of poverty. It is active in 4 parishes within Nakaseke and Masaka districts. Abiana Francisco and Mike Musisi Musoke, Nakaseke district.
The second Deputy Katikiro Rotarian Robert Wagwa Nsibirwa has called upon Ugandans to embrace selflessness in service in order to improve service delivery. This was during a fundraising initiative for the Luwero Diocese Pension House.
Ugandans have been advised to master the art of service above self if this nation is to grow proportionately on the social, economic and even political sphere. This was by Buganda Kingdom Deputy Katikiro Wagwa Nsibirwa while at the occasion to fundraise and build Luwero Diocese Pension House. Nsibirwa underlined selfishness as the major cause of slow development in Uganda, as people only want to venture into projects they expect to benefit. For this particular cause, Nsibirwa advised Ugandans to be inspired by the results from the pension house, whose profits will help improve lives of retired clergy.
This will ensure that the clergymen in this diocese, when they retire, they can have some decent earning and have a decent living, and continue to serve the Lord and also inspire the communities they serve.
The pension house project was started in 2017 and is steadily nearing completion.
We are now nearing the completion of the ground floor, and by the end of December we will be done with the first floor.
It's projected to cost about 4 billion Uganda shillings, but so far only 1.2 billion has been availed largely through fundraising, the latest of which has realized 30 million Uganda shillings.
Members of Parliament under the Public Accounts Committee have given LIRA city authorities only 2 weeks to rewrite their report on the projects done under USMID in the city. This directive came after the report was presented by the City Council was rejected by the committee on grounds that it lacked ownership and did not have substantive professionally required details by the committee.
Is there a substantive finance person?
Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee is currently traversing the country to assess the performance and value for money for USMID projects undertaken in cities and municipalities. While in LIRA City, trouble started when the city engineer, Freddie Owen, failed to present a satisfactory report to the committee for discussion.
So in many occasions we complete all our tasks around June.
His report was rejected and withdrawn. The committee was dismayed, hence questioning the qualification of the city engineer and the senior accountant whose reports were poorly written, lacked substance and ownership.
But to begin with, honestly, I wouldn't call these reports. Dear Town Clerk, I don't take these as reports. They are scheduled reports. They are reports that lack integrity and honesty.
And I don't want us to go into discussing a document that is not on at all. And because of that, can I request that this document is withdrawn?
Since 2013, LIRA municipality, currently LIRA city, has been receiving billions of shillings under a USMIT program to improve on the urban service delivery. This has led to the tarmacking of several roads in the city as well as beautification of the Coronation Park. However, the committee was not impressed by the performance of the project in LIRA city compared to other cities visited. The city clerk, Edward Chiwanoka, pleaded with the committee to give him 2 weeks to respond with a more detailed and clear report.
To request for that permission. Why is LIRA still awarding contracts with VAT included? That is the key point that has to be answered.
How is LIRA city unique from the rest of the country of still including VAT in their contracts? Yet World Bank have already paid the VAT, and all these projects of USMIT, we are not counting VAT on it, but LIRA city is still counting. Now if we start calculating from all those periods, 2013 to 2021, where is this money for VAT? Because I know all of you are aware that World Bank had already cleared VAT. We need an answer for that. This is what caused suspicion.
You have been using aids, photo aid on each and every item. But when it goes to the Coronation Park, we don't see any image.
Uganda's support to Municipal Infrastructure Development Program, USMID, is a World Bank-funded project under the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, implemented in 14 cities and municipalities to enhance urban service delivery. Eddie Olwa for UBC News in LIRA City.
And with that, we shall take a short commercial break, be back with business. Please stay tuned.
Grow together with one of Uganda's largest companies. Apply for MTN shares for as low as 100,000 Uganda shillings. And when you apply using MTN Mobile Money, you get 10 free extra shares for every 100 shares you apply for. Dial *165*65# or use the MyMTN app to apply now. The terms and conditions of the offer and other important information are set out in the prospectus. For assistance, visit any MTN service center or Stanbic Bank branch countrywide or a licensed broker.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Raising voices.
Like other fathers across Uganda, I'm standing up to say no to violence against children. I commit to give my children a violence-free childhood. As fathers, we can make Uganda safer for our children. I promise to speak out when I see violence.
In this time of COVID, what is your promise to the children of Uganda? Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. raising voices.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. It's now time for business. The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries is working with agriculture development partners to improve Uganda's seed system. One of the partners is Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, that's AGRA, that has developed a seed assessment tool known as SeedSat. And these are the details.
Quality of seed is important in the agricultural sector since it determines the yields and the quality of harvest for any crop. Although the National Agricultural Research Organization has played a very important role in developing foundation seed, there are a number of challenges along the seed value chain, and this has affected the quality of seed that reaches the farmers. Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries is working with agriculture development partners to improve Uganda's seed system. One of the partners is Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, that has developed a seed assessment tool known as SeedSat.
It is a tool that is going to help all stakeholders in the seed industry to assess each node of that industry to ensure that the farmer can be able to access good quality seed. So if there are any nodes in the industry that are malfunctioning and need improvement, this tool shall be able to identify those nodes, and then improvements can be made at each of those nodes with proper planning, investment and budgeting for each of those nodes to improve.
The Commissioner, Crop Inspection and Certification in the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Paul Mwambu, is optimistic that the seed assessment tool will help Uganda improve on the quality of seed.
Starting from research, which does the production of the early generation seed, which goes through the certified seed multipliers, through the outlet points up to the end users. Now, we have some, as a country, there are points where we are quite strong, there are points where there are bits of weaknesses. But at the end of the day, we want strength in this system so that the end user, the farmer, has access to quality seed.
Improving agriculture is high on agenda in Uganda's National Development Plan 3, and therefore ensuring the quality of seed is key. Adiana Kute, UBC.
Take a record on all of those.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
Grow together with one of Uganda's largest companies. Apply for MTN shares for as low as 100,000 Uganda shillings. And when you apply using MTN mobile money, you get 10 free extra shares for every 100 shares you apply for. Dial *165*65# or use the MyMTN app to apply now. The terms and conditions of the offer and other important information are set out in the prospectus. For assistance, visit any MTN service center or Stanbic Bank branch countrywide or a licensed broker.
Welcome back to the news tonight. We now take you to the international scene, and particularly we're in Europe. Fresh unrest has erupted in the Netherlands against new lockdown rules amid rising COVID-19 cases in Europe. People hurled fireworks at police and set fire to bicycles in The Hague one night after protests in Rotterdam turned violent and police fired shots. Now thousands of demonstrators also took to the streets in Austria, Croatia and Italy as anger mounted over new curbs. The World Health Organization said it was very worried about rising coronavirus cases on the continent. Its regional director, Dr. Hans Kluge, told the BBC that unless measures were tightened across Europe, 500,000 more deaths could be recorded by the next spring. Many governments across the continent are bringing in new restrictions to try to tackle rising infections. A number of countries have recently reported record high daily case numbers. Hooded rioters set fire to bicycles in The Hague as riot police used horses, dogs and batons to chase away the crowds. Officials have announced an emergency order in the city and at least 7 people were arrested. Police say the rock was thrown through the window of an ambulance carrying a patient. Officers in the city tweeted those 5 police officers were injured, with one taken away by ambulance with a knee injury.
Grow together with one of Uganda's largest companies. Apply for MTN shares for as low as 100,000 Uganda shillings. And when you apply using MTN mobile money, you get 10 free extra shares for every 100 shares you apply for. Dial *165*65# or use the MyMTN app to apply now. The terms and conditions of the offer and other important information are set out in the prospectus. For assistance, visit any MTN service center or Stanbic Bank branch countrywide or a licensed broker.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. It's now time for the sports news. Now, one of Uganda's all-time great football players, Baker Kasigwa, has been devoted to God, the only one who can help him during his most demanding time of ill health. This was at Caring Heart Breakthrough Ministries at Kagula, Wakiso district.
Flanked by some of his contemporaries, John Ntensibe, Godfrey Nyola and Obadia Semakula, one of the best ever Uganda footballers, Baker Kasigwa, has been devoted to God.
The reverence is defined as a rescue from bondage or danger. Baker Kasigwa must come out of danger. In Jesus' name.
This was during Sunday service prayers at Caring Heart Breakthrough Ministries at Kagula Hill in Wakiso district.
Former Footballers Initiative, Caring Heart.
Baker Kasigwa is the only surviving member of the 1950s Uganda Cranes team that toured Europe and played barefoot in many of the games. The service was presided over by Pastor Paul Mosesi, who out of ministry is the chairperson of Former Footballers Initiative. The Former Footballers Initiative serves many purposes, mostly for former footballers that are in need. Since inception a few years ago, Former Footballers Initiative has helped many of its colleagues, with the latest being Beka Kasigwa, who is time-bound for surgery. Kasigwa is suffering from multiple ailments including stroke, blood pressure, but the head surgery is the most demanding. Already, the Former Footballers Initiative has contributed close to 1 million Uganda shillings that has today been added on to by faithful at Caring Heart Breakthrough Ministries, who contributed to the Kasigwa cause.
So we say, what can we do other than to appreciate him while he's still alive? So what we have done is to collect some funds, and we have given it to him to help.
They offered their tithe and also had a particular contribution whose sum has not been declared, but will go a long way in raising funds for the surgery, which is priced at 6 million Uganda shillings. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
LIRA City Council has launched a football club to promote talents and the development of sports in Lango sub-region. After the launch, LIRA City Council Football Club proceeded to Akibua Memorial Stadium for a friendly match with the Gulu City Council Football Club, and the host was held to a 1-1 draw in the maiden game.
The birth of a locally co-founded LIRA City Football Club has been one of the most cheerful moments for the soccer lovers in the city. The club was officially launched at Lao College Playground before proceeding to Akibua Memorial Stadium for a friendly match with the Gulu City Council Football Club. The excitement was reduced to frustration when security enforcing COVID-19 SOPs denied entry for some of the fans and media teams from Acholi and Lango sub-region who were supposed to play curtain raiser. After the cancellation of Northern Media Derby, Gulu City FC was the first to score against LIRA City FC in their maiden game. The hosts were forced to equalize from the penalty spot after a foul on their striker in the box.
I believe it is a good performance, and I look forward to them improving in each and every game that will be coming.
Gulu City Council being in a regional league and LIRA City Council being in a 5th division, it's an opportunity for both teams. Now we want this partnership to help the two great cities to build talent across the cities.
Speaking earlier at the launch, the mayor, LIRA City Sam Atul, said they are committed to establishing all the sporting disciplines for the development of sports in the city.
So LIRA City Council Football Club is just an offshoot of the major picture of what we want as a city.
And I think he's among the first few mayors in this country to take up the initiative of having a vibrant football club that will not only bring income to LIRA City but also help market the city in the diaspora, but also at a national level.
LIRA City Council Football Club is the first club to be locally co-founded to develop and nurture talents in the region. Eddie Oloa for UBC News in LIRA City.
Uganda Bodybuilding and Fitness Association has organized its flagship contest, Mr. Uganda. It was hosted at Horsepower Fitness Center in Muyenga.
More than 50 competitors have taken part in the 2021 Mr. Uganda Bodybuilding and Fitness Association Championship. It was hosted at Powerhouse Fitness Center in Muyenga and indeed lived to its billing, especially under the COVID-19 lockdown circumstances that have led to limited training. The competition started with contests in the 6 weight categories of bantam, light, welter, middle, light heavy and heavyweight. The respective winners of those categories then progressed to the final round to seek Mr. Uganda 2021.
Step onto the stage.
At this stage, Aksam Kiseka, Lamek Muwanga, Lubega Godfrey, Carle Ronald, John Karitwa and Edward Owach were the last men standing. After quality displays in all 4 examinable tasks of abdominal and legs, front double biceps, side chest, and the most muscular pose, John Karitwa emerged victor.
Victory goes back to Jesus because I'm a believer, and I want to thank all my fellow athletes for being patient and going through all discipline up to this end, because it is not easy in dieting. Sometimes you feel like cheating and you want to take some milk, but you remember that you have a mission ahead of you.
Karitwa, who replaces Isaac Mubikirwa as the most coveted Uganda bodybuilder, plans to use this result to conquer the world.
After here, I'm going now representing Uganda in East Africa, that is Mr. 001 in Mombasa. Then again, we have a plan ahead still. So I'm there for Uganda.
Uganda Bodybuilding and Fitness Association plans to use the best of these at several championships, including one in Kenya next month and the World Championships next year.
Whatever you see here now is a selection of the would-be team, but unlike other teams in bodybuilding, if you don't behave well during the coming days or months, though you are on the team, we might leave you out because of bad form and not caring about your muscles.
There were also displays from athletes with disability to prove that the sport is one of the most inclusive. John Barnes, Centum, reporting.
Entries for next weekend's Ginger Rally, that has been dubbed the Sexy Speed Rally, have closed with 34 drivers, including some of the best in Uganda, confirmed. These include current Rally Championship leader Duncan Mubiruchi Kankane, who will be co-driven by Musa Nsubuga in the Subaru GVB. Also in is Omar Mayanja, who will be navigated by Hussein Mukwe, while Fred Busula in a Subaru N10 will be co-driven by Joseph Bongole. Though most eyes are on Duncan Mubiru, Omar Mayanja and Fred Busula that are chasing top honors, Jas Mangat's last-minute registration is a pointer to an anticipated rally that will be won by the best crew. The 205-kilometer rally, of which 150 are competitive, will have 4 sections including Dolly, Mubarak, Peter Brown, Muko, Premier Recruitments and Victoria University. It will be mainly in 2 districts of Mayuge and Jinja, but especially with COVID-19 vaccination centers at many viewing points, while safety of the fans and drivers is also paramount. As per the organizers Motorsport Africa Club, Mozak.
We have prepared properly. I think we shall be okay.
Uganda's national cricket team has secured passage to the global T20 Cricket World Cup qualifiers after immaculate displays at the regional qualifier in Rwanda. Uganda edged 3 others, including Tanzania and Nigeria, but importantly Kenya, that they needed to beat to top the standings. The vibe in the camp is of optimism as the senior cricket team targets matching achievements of their understudies to the under-19 side that secured a place at the World Cup.
It's been a tough tournament. I mean, the changeovers were really short. We had intense games in just a few days, only 1 rest day in between, but thankfully we came through. I think that's a testament to the fitness of the team, the fitness work that had gone in, kept us going. But most importantly, we're glad for the victory. I think the team has put in a lot of work over the last year.
It's an awesome feeling after qualifying for the global qualifiers and after beating Kenya, and we qualified for the first time after 8 years, and performing for my team and getting player of the tournament. It feels awesome, and we'll play our 100% in the global qualifiers, and we'll try to do our best and made you proud, Uganda proud, and Africa proud.
It was wonderful coming to the party and picking up 4 wickets. I think looking at the wicket in the morning looked like it was going to turn, and so it did. The team plan was try and bowl stump to stump and maybe slow it down a bit, which worked for me, and I think I did my job. I just did the basics right and stuck to the plan.
The Uganda Para Badminton International 2021 has climaxed at the MTN Arena Lugogo. Uganda didn't live to its billing in the competition, but for Uganda Badminton Association, partnerships continue coming. Details follow.
Things haven't gone according to plan for the home team in the competition at the Uganda Para Badminton International 2021 that has climaxed with dominant Indian displays. Uganda had a relatively strong team including Paralympian Arita Simwe, who fell early but knows why Uganda failed to perform.
These guys have everything it takes. They calculate the court in their head and know where and how to press their shuttles. So, but if we put enough time and effort, I think we can catch up with them.
But while results haven't come as planned, partnerships have grown, with the latest from Victoria University.
We say no to people feeling that they are failures. There is no one who gets to be born as a failure. No mother in this world who gives birth to a failed child. No one. So we say no to the notion of being disabled. No, disability is not inability.
Uganda Badminton Association President Annette Nakame is optimistic such boosts will help the sport scale better heights.
It highlights our commitment to equality in sports, inclusion, not just to cater for one specific group of less able people, but to incorporate the whole different groups of people.
The Uganda Para Badminton International 2021 attracted 188 players from about 21 countries. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
And that brings us to the end of our 10 o'clock edition of the News Tonight, this 21st day of November 2021. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold Elizabeth Nakakoni from the team. We must wish you a lovely week.